I am so happy to be here with Elke Puls and talk about what's been going on in your business in the last 6 months. Welcome.
Hi, Sigrun. Thank you for having me.
So it's been very interesting what's been going on in your business, and that's why I am so excited that you will now share that with anyone watching or listening.
Yeah.
So what was going on in middle of March for you?
Crazy things. My children were actually very happy and excited about the lockdown. They didn't have to go to school, and my husband and me, we work together in the business. We were like, oh my God. Because our little daughter is only 8, so a lot of support is requested from us then. What was going on? We were in the middle of a launch. It was a challenge for a launch. It was a sew-along. So people weren't very eager to buy, unfortunately, but I can totally understand. So it's really totally normal.
It was a panic situation at first.
Yes, it was really the very first week where everything was locked down and people were going, oh my God, where's my toilet paper? So looking back, it's quite funny, but yeah. So then another thought that you also had to do was think about events, what to do with events, because normally we do about 8 events in 1 year. And there were 3 events coming up in the following weeks. So we postponed 2 and canceled 1. We had to reimburse, which was a little pain. No, it was not good. And we also requested the financial help that we could get from the German government in the first weeks. This because of the events that were now kind of canceled. So this was first not such a nice start into the lockdown, but luckily for us, working from home or something like this is totally normal. So this is really it's like we've been training 2 years for this situation. So there was not so much difference than normal, but what was, of course, new was that the kids were at home. We had to, do this homeschooling thing and so on. And we also have 2 teenagers. One is quite rebellious, so it's not really such a happily family setting in our house when everybody's at home. Let's put it this way. But okay, we managed somehow. And when it got really interesting in a positive way was. Well, no, it's always, everything has a positive and a negative side. But when this mask requirement came up in Germany, first it was in Austria, I think, and then it came to Germany, or was it the other way around? I can't remember. You suggested, why don't you start sewing masks or something like this? And I'm like,
well, make it
exactly. Make a pattern.
So many people are doing it already. We don't need another pattern. And I'm like, I think you should still do it.
And then it was my employee who gave me the kick in the ass and said, let's just do a video, put out the mask, because I had made a mask for myself and my family. So I had a pattern and we put it as a freebie and it exploded. It was really crazy. Our website went down, the video views. I mean, I have a small channel. It was about 2,000 Abonnenten, followers, subscribers when we started. And the first mask video now has more than 500,000 views. So it's really crazy.
500,000 views.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand, because everybody started searching for this term, and then we were there. Of course, we were not the only ones, but apparently we were quite early. So
you were not first, but still early enough.
Yeah, exactly. So that was very interesting. We upgraded our server.
And the email list.
The email list, this was pretty nice. We started at 12,000 subscribers, and then we went to 50,000 in very, I think it was 3 weeks or something like this, or 4 weeks. And now, of course, those people who only came for the mask pattern are dropping off. You can see this. It's really obvious, but still we have, I think, a lot of new clients or new people on the list, which is Yeah, very nice to have.
Very nice. So
Yeah.
did you even imagine that this would blow up like this?
No. I did expect more signups than normally because it was a topic, but I never expected this. It was really, because for me it's so easy. It's like, do you need 1,000 different mask patterns? It's, something to cover your face, but especially, which was interesting, especially for people who, I don't know, had their sewing machine standing in the corner for 10 years or 20 years. They took it out because you couldn't buy any masks anywhere. And they started sewing, and they needed this kind of support and the video to get back into the flow, kind of. And some people started from scratch. And it was really interesting what kind of emails we got from those people who downloaded the pattern. It was even a firefighter, a man, writing to us and telling us how many masks he made, or it was some people also sent pictures. It was a doctor's practice, and the whole team had the masks made in their corporate color, which was dark red, and it was really touching to see how people loved the freebie. Yeah, so
Yeah. Because you were like thinking, well, I don't need to come with a pattern. There's already patterns out there. There is a lesson in this for watching, and maybe for you and me too. Like, even if somebody else is doing it, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it.
Yeah, it's true. It's really true.
Yeah.
So I think I learned something.
Beyond having your thing explode. So yeah, you said your launch, you were in the middle of a launch. That didn't go so well because people were in panic. But then you had this blow up. What did you think then? Oh, what did you do with all these new subscribers?
Yeah, it was like a great gift which someone left before my door, and I didn't know what to do with it. I unpacked it, and so we started to get creative, and we made a mask pattern which you could buy. It was with cute little animal faces basically on it for kids to have them enjoy wearing a mask and having a playful access to this whole topic. This was also pretty nice, and even some adults started wearing funny masks. And now we can see it's an accessory you have to have, you cannot go around it. So people start to adapt it to their style and want it in the colors they like, or even want to have it matching their t-shirt, or I don't know what. So it's really interesting. And then we, what I have to add is that actually, I don't know, 1 or 2 years ago, we decided to not publish any new sewing patterns anymore. We only wanted to do the courses and a membership, and suddenly we were going back to the roots because people had so much time at home. They wanted to have something to do for themselves with their children and so on. So we started thinking about a project that you could do with very little material, because it also got difficult to source materials because you couldn't go to the shop and buy, I don't know, the fabric you loved. And with all this mask sewing going on, even fabrics that you never thought would go out of stock suddenly were out of stock, this kind of things. So we made, we designed a small bag, like a pouch. I have one
you have
here.
to show it. It's amazing. I was like, oh.
Yeah, so we have, for example, this one. This was also pretty popular. It looks like a watermelon.
Yeah.
You can open it, and you have a second pouch inside. So it's great for a sewing material. That was the basic idea, to have something to store your sewing stuff, scissors and so on. But my daughter, she loves it for school, and I have seen different uses. Some even made it a bit longer to put their knitting needles, and it's really nice.
It's a clock. You can go out and party to dinner with it.
If you make it out of nice leather or something like this. So this was the project we started, and we invited Instagrammers to join, to test the pattern, to make pictures, to promote it, which worked really, really well. We had very beautiful examples, which was of course very good to promote something new. So then we launched it. We really launched it like I would, but I used to do this before. I had some, teasing beforehand and so on. But this time the interest was very, very high, and we could just gain these new followers and subscribers. So it was, the most successful sewing pattern launch I ever had. A very good, and what really gave me the last kick, or I don't know how to say it, was the events that I couldn't attend or couldn't, do.
Host,
exactly. I had weekends, and I had weekends free that normally I would be, on tour doing this. And I also had more space in my head because I wasn't occupied with, thinking about the events and what could go wrong and so on. And I took the time to just sit there and puzzle around with my fabrics and on my sewing machine, and something developed, which was then finally this bag. So it was this free time. You already told me to do this, but of course
it was creativity time.
Yes.
And now you got it on a silver platter.
Exactly. And luckily I did use it, and I didn't find an excuse like I would normally. So something really good came out of it. I'm really proud of it, and it was really fun to make. It was also good to grow together as a team. We have one employee, and my husband is also in the team. Now someone new is coming. But it really, it gave us a very strong connection, which is pretty good. So, this was, everybody was complaining, and we were like, that's not just doing and making. And even when I asked my employee, so now we finished early, why don't you go home? She's, I don't want to go home. At home, we cannot do anything. I want to stay here. Let's do something. So, that was really.
So you created a really nice atmosphere with your team, because you had this common goal, also to kind of provide for the people your new gift that you got on your doorsteps of all these new interested people, and going back to your roots. I think that's fascinating. That's what happened as a result of Corona and the lockdown.
And actually, I like this kind of product very much. I mean, it's very low priced compared to the products you and most of your customers charge, which is often about, 1, 2, 3, even more thousands of euros. A sewing pattern is in our shop around €7. So you really need to sell a lot. But what I really love about is you do the work, you finish the work, and then you sell. And with all this course and so on, it's the other way around. You first sell, and then you have to do the work. So, and it's something I can sell again and again and again. I just, I can see it right now. We started to re-promote sewing patterns that we had in our shop, some even for years. And we can still make some revenue from it because not everybody knows them yet. So for some people it's new. Others might not have been interested a few years ago, but now they find it interesting. So at the moment, it's really interesting. We have about 50% of our revenue coming from sewing patterns, and the other 50% coming from the membership and a small course that we have. Events, there is no revenue at the moment. So I mean, we do sell some, once in a while we sell a ticket. But I don't really promote it at the moment so much. We have an upcoming event in September in Dresden, which we are going to do, but not fully booked. So we need to, keep the distance. So to have the tables, enough distance between the tables. It's around 25 people instead of 40. So that should be safe. And I'm looking forward to it. And I think the women as well, because it's been such a long time that you could meet and do something outside of your home. You could go on holiday in Germany and so on. But to.
People are
I think so. Yeah,
I think so too. Yeah. So did you see a surge? People just going to your shop and buying a pattern after you had this huge influx of new subscribers?
Not without promoting. So
okay. Yeah.
you have to. I had to do something about it, but people, I think they are thankful for inspiration. So we try to give this inspiration, and then it works. But just expecting people to come and buy, it doesn't work. So that was easier years ago when competition was not so high yet. Yeah. But now there's so many women offering similar kind of products. So you need to find a way to differentiate or have a different kind of marketing. Yeah.
But you've also been doing some changes behind the scenes. I know you're adding a team member, but also you are changing your club, your membership. Yes. You want to share a bit about that?
Yeah, the membership we started 1 year ago. So before Corona, we can always talk about before Corona, and after Corona. Yeah. And we started very simple after summer school in your program. We had Elo page as, I don't know, it's like
it's a sales page, landing page tool,
something like Kajabi or so on, which you can
you can sell through.
You can sell courses, memberships, and the payment is processed. Everything is done for you, but you have to pay a commission for it. We have a Facebook group for the community, and we are not happy with this. So after all these months of gathering experience and feedback from the members, we decided to build our own platform. It's a WordPress-based platform, and it's going to be our own Facebook. So
you're building your own Facebook.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't want to call it Facebook, of course, and it's different, but it's very social. There's a lot of things you know from Facebook and from other social media, which we integrated. But now everything is under one roof, and I'm very happy and excited to move. Probably not everything is going to be perfect. I don't have any illusions about this, but since we have very, treu, very loyal members, and they're supporting what we're doing, I hope they will not be annoyed if something doesn't happen straight from the beginning. But so far it looks pretty good. Today we had a call with an IT expert who is going to go through all the safety issues. Yeah, because we want to have it GDPR perfect and also everything hosted in Germany. So it's going to be different than Facebook.
Wow, love that. Did the lockdown or basically the slowing down of everything, I know you were busy, but do you feel that helped you make this move?
I think this we would have done anyway, because we've been talking about this for actually straight from the beginning. Because Facebook, I don't like Facebook as a community. It is a pure community to just chit chat. It's okay, but if you want to integrate some kind of content and structure, it's really hard with Facebook. So this is why we were looking from the beginning at Mighty Networks and whatever you see on the market, and nothing seemed to match what we wanted. So now we're building it ourselves.
Yeah, which I think is pretty cool, pretty bold, and great, because I agree with you. It's very hard to structure a whole course inside Facebook. Besides, I know in Germany, the opinion of Facebook is probably the worst in the whole world, you know. So I think that's a good move for you and your clients. But what do you see coming next? I often talk about, like, the world has changed. You say pre-Corona, you said it yourself. There is this during Corona, but what do you see for your business or happening beyond?
What's interesting is that when the lockdown was over, I mean, the worst part, suddenly people started to call and write us because they wanted a one-on-one here, as if they were waiting for, I don't know, we didn't promote it in any way. It's just on our website and that's it. Yeah. And I didn't even really want to have so many one-on-ones. They just came, and I think it's with all this, doing online stuff, and you have to do it on Zoom because of, the pandemic and so on. People, I think, will crave for real life connections again.
Yeah.
And you can, for me, it feels like, when you do a party, we had a party a few weeks ago in our garden. Everybody was happy to come.
Yeah.
Finally, we can do something together and, have a barbecue and so on. Of course, many things stay changed, working, a lot of people work from home office and so on, but I myself find it quite straining to do my whole day on Zoom, for example, which we did with the last retreat. We couldn't meet.
No, we couldn't meet. We had to do it on
reason. So, I think it will be the new normal to work a lot on PC, but this new normal will also make people long for personal connections. That's what I think.
Yeah.
And I hope that we can offer platforms for this again, events and so on. But we did cancel one event which was planned for October, where we expected 150 people coming, and we said, no, this is with autumn coming, and this is just too risky for everyone. It's the financial risk is one thing, but I don't want to be in the newspaper being the new super spreader party or something like this. I have to be honest. This is just really, it was a tough decision because we've been working on this for a year also, and I'm not sure. I think people want a lot back from what we had before Corona, before the pandemic. Some we can get back, but not everything, I think.
No, not everything. Yeah. I think we all need real connections, but I think we will pick them more carefully.
Yeah.
Not go to every party, we just go to the best party.
Yeah, quality before quantity, I guess.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I have no doubt that that's what your events all are about, Elke. It's been a pleasure to hear what's been going on. I've loved watching the business explode and see that all changes. Blessing in disguise, surely, because shortly before all of that happened, I remember we talked about if you have low price, you need lots of people. High price, you can few people. And when you have a low price, you need the search. You need a YouTube video to blow up. You need lots of subscribers. And so what is the next viral hit going to be for you then?
I wish I could tell you before. I mean, this is really something nobody knows. So we will try our best. We will publish new sewing patterns, and perhaps we're lucky and there will be a new hit. But I think it's wrong to strive for a hit always, because then you will be disappointed. I think it's better to have a steady flow of content products and fostering the community, and then good things will happen.
Good things will happen. That's a perfect sentence to end this conversation. Thank you so much, Elke.
Thank you, Sigrun. Bye-bye.